July 2005. 6-year-old Novemthree is back in hospital. His first appearance a year before had shocked the medical community. Novemthree's face had become a giant tumour. His case was the most extreme ever observed. Groundbreaking surgery reduced the tumours and gave Novemthree a new face. But now, 1 year on, the tumours are growing again and threatening Novemthree's life.
He may not survive in the next few months if he don't receive the operation.
In this film, we continue the extraordinary and moving story of Novemthree. The Buddhist Tz'u Chi Hospital in Hualien, Taiwan. Novemthree has presented doctors here with their greatest ever challenge. His condition is called gigantiform sementoma, a genetic disorder which causes the tissue in the teeth to mutate into giant tumours. When Novemthree first arrived in the spring of 2004, his tumours had grown so large that they had destroyed most of his facial bones. The medical team's task was to remove as much tumour as possible, but to leave enough behind to shape into a new face. In the first operation, surgeon Dr. Chen used a laser to tackle the tumour encroaching on Novemthree's left eye. Then 2 weeks later, Novemthree was back in theatre. This time, Dr. Chen had to work with the faster but more brutal technology of hammer and chisel, as so much tumour was being removed. Anaesthetist Dr. Shi battled to keep Novemthree alive as he hemorrhaged his entire blood volume. The third operation, aimed at the tumour below Novemthree's right eye, was the most miraculous of all. To everyone's amazement, the eye reopened. His sight was fully restored. After the fourth and final operation, and 30 hours of theatre, a total of 1 kilogram of tumour had been removed. The team had overcome the most complex facial tumours in medical history. It was hoped that minor operations every 2 to 3 years would keep the tumours at bay. The final reconstruction would have to wait until bones in other parts of Novemthree's body, like his legs or ribs, had grown big enough for grafts to be taken to form a new bone structure for his face. But the sudden deterioration, just 1 year on, has thrown the long-term schedule into disarray. Dr. Chen is dismayed to see how much a year has undone his work.
I was very surprised because his tumor became larger more than we expected.
Novemthree's marathon surgery restored his childhood. But now he is thrust back into the world of operating theatres and invasive tests. For his mother Mindo, it is heartbreaking to subject her son to all this again so soon. She has no choice but to entrust him to a high-tech and unfamiliar medicine.
Kita kan hanya pasrah sama yang kuasa, dan kuasa memberikan untuk yang terbaik dan kebijakan para tim medis sama dokter perawat.
Novemthree's father, Sirhan, has stayed at home to look after their second son, Saud, 2,000 miles away on the Indonesian island of Batam.
Kalau kita bilang sama Novemthree, Kita bilang belum pasti ya. Kita bilang dia senang, dia masih manggil sama bapaknya, sama adiknya, masih cari. Jadi kita bilang senang, enggak juga. Kita bilang mau apa, enggak juga. Jadi kita mau tengok pasti dia lah. Karena dia masih ingat sama bapaknya, sama...
这个也是一个方向啊，不过因为这样子 repeat 这样做。
2 days after Novemthree's return to the hospital, the medical team convenes. It seems a further operation may be needed. Whether to go ahead or not would prove to be a far tougher and more complex decision than anyone could have expected, both for Novemthree's doctors and his mother and father. At stake is not just his face, but his life.
For Novemthree's parents, ridicule and scorn from members of their own community have become an everyday occurrence.
We'd first met Novemthree and his family in March 2004, after he was discovered by volunteers from the Buddhist charity Tz'u Chi on the small Indonesian island of Batam. Novemthree had begun life normally, but by the age of 5 he was suffering from massive facial tumours. His appearance led to him and his family being shunned by the local community.
Tapi kata orang iya, kadang orang lewat mau kadang-kadang meludah. Jijik lihat dia.
In June 2005, a year after his operations, we returned to Batam to see how Novemthree was getting on. The change since the dark days before his surgery is obvious.
Ya terus seperti itulah, kadang-kadang ada juga dikatakan sebagai kutukan gitu. Jadi masyarakat waktu itu memandangnya agak hina lah seperti itu. Jadi agak kurang, dia tuh masyarakat tuh agak kurang bergaul dengan dia, yaitu agak menjauh istilah.
Mana lagi? Mana lagi? Ini kasih Bang Iyo ini, dangdut Minangnya. Udah kayak biasa kita mandang anak-anaknya. Udah bau ngomong, dia kan udah suka manggil orang kan. Udah ceria, enggak kayak dulu lagi. Mana?
Ada yang mau dibeli sama Novemthree?
Ini aja pen.
Novemthree's parents have watched their son thrive.
Kalau perbedaan dari dulu sama sekarang, Pak, saya kan sekarang dia tuh kan udah banyak kawan-kawan. Dia tuh kalau kita bawa dulu suatu masa ada sakitnya tuh, kita bawa ulang tahun dia tuh pulang Pak, pulang Mak yuk katanya gitu. Dia malu. Jadi sekarang dia tuh merasa kayaknya berani mendekatkan kawannya gitu.
Novemthree's greatest pleasure is being able to play with his 4-year-old brother Saud, his best friend. Normal family life has been restored.
Ya kalau dulu ya semasa penyakitnya itu memang susah juga lah. Memang kayaknya kita juga nggak habis pikir untuk penyakitnya nih kan. Tapi setelah kembali dari sana itu kita itu merasa senang. Setelah pulang dari sana sampai di sini udah jauh beda lah. Sebabnya kita itu cuma memikirkan bagaimana menutupi kehidupan sehari-hari gitu aja.
Baju. Gak apa-apa lah.
But Novemthree's disease was not cured by the surgery. Under his skin, the tumours, now shaped into a face, are still there and capable of regrowing. Over the year, they've been monitored by volunteers from the charity.
Since he back home, and we have volunteers to visit his families, and they will also send photos to us, and we look at the photo and to see the tumor's condition.
A year after the operations, it's becoming obvious, both to the doctors studying the emailed photographs and to Novemthree's parents, that all is not well.
Dan saya juga ini melihat sebagian juga ada pertumbuhan tambahan sedikit pada dirinya. Jadi saya juga merasa was-was juga lah.
We see the photos from volunteers, and we know that the tumor grows too quick.
It seems the tumours may be affecting more than just Novemthree's appearance.
Kayaknya dalam pernapasan aja lah. Hidungnya kan sumbat kan, nggak berfungsi.
Makan pun dia susah karena kita pun mau ngasih makan dia was-was gitu.
No one wants to disrupt Novemthree's life again so soon, but there seems no choice. He must go back to hospital.
It's very difficult decision to bring it up back to Hualien in only 1 year, but because of his symptom is too bad, yeah, so we have to do that.
Mindo has chosen to make the long journey with him. Saut will remain at home with his father.
Seperti tadi malam, dia itu seperti tas ini kami keluarkan. Tadi pagi, kita mau kemana Pak? Dia nanya, enggak, abang mau berobat. Coba kita lihat itu, dia tuh sayang banget sama ini. Kalau kita lihat ya, mungkin ya rasa kerinduan itu mungkin ada padanya.
Sirhan and Mindo gather the family clan, all of them devout Christians.
Saya sebenarnya hanya bisa berdoa aja lah untuk kesembuhan anak saya ini. Sangat sayang sama anak ini.
Only a year on from Novemthree's return, volunteers arrive to take him away once more.
Ya, harapan saya semoga Tuhan memberi rahmatnya lah kepada anak saya ini, ya melalui tim-tim medis, tim dokter, istilahnya memberikan jalan kesembuhan, jalan yang terbaik lah.
Harapan saya keberangkatan ini untuk Novemthree, ya kesembuhan dia dan memberikan umur yang panjang, yang merindukan kita, keluarga, anak.
July the 5th, 2005. Novemthree arrives back at Hualien Airport on the east coast of Taiwan. He is reunited with his old friends from the hospital.
When Novemthree back to Hualien, I saw the tumor. But first, before that, I saw my family come home. And everybody, we can say, very happy to see him.
The Tz'u Chi Buddhist General Hospital is a unique institution, putting as much emphasis on spiritual care as medical treatment. Novemthree has become its most famous patient.
Dan atas sambutannya para relawan, dokter, suster semualah yang sangkut paut dengan Yayasan Tz'u Chi.
Novemthree appears transformed from the weak little boy who'd arrived a year before. He shows off his new shoes and his new mobility.
He is now very happy, and now he can walk by himself. Abang. And noisy. But it's cute, yeah. Suku kena ada ni. Titi. 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 Tata. Abang. Physically, in 1 year, is grow up for 5 centimeters. It's relative to the boy in his country. So I think the development is good. And the other part, he's now so happy, and he can recognize the picture. So I can say that the growth of his mental status is so well. Ampre.
这个是他的好朋友。
Ampre. His best friend.
But the doctors can't ignore the worrying developments in Novemthree's condition.
The tumor in every part is growing, and also he has a symptom of difficult to breathe.
The medical team must get to the bottom of the breathing problems if they are to preserve Novemthree's new lease of life. Over the next few days, they investigate exactly what's wrong.
We know that he's got difficult to breathe, and we want to know if the problem is from lungs. So we take chest X-ray.
The X-ray instantly distresses Novemthree. He's remembered that hospital also means suffering.
But from the finding of chest X-ray, is essentially normal. So we expect that the problem may be from the upper airway. The tumor grows in the mouth floor.
This is the worst possible outcome for Novemthree. It suggests that the regrowth of the tumour, rather than something more easily treatable, might be responsible for the breathing difficulties. Next, a CT scan measures exactly how much the tumour has regrown. The results are not good.
From the CT scan, we also reconstruct with 3D reconstruction. When we look at this picture, we know that the tumor regrows in every section of his face.
The problem is not so much the size of the tumours, but where they are regrowing. The scan has thrown up a further unexpected danger.
We noticed that his tumor become larger, especially in the right upper and the lower jaw. The right upper jaw tumor compressed the right eyeball, so his vision becomes worse.
This is a real tragedy. It is only a year since the doctors miraculously unveiled Novemthree's working eye from beneath the tumour. Eye tests confirm that his vision is once again under threat. As the tumour encroaches into his eyeball, Novemthree's treasured family photos are fading into darkness.
He may lose his vision and become blindness.
The final analysis of the CT scan confirms the doctor's fears about Novemthree's breathing problems.
His tumor invades the oral cavity. If it becomes larger, it may obstruct the airway totally. So it will become very dangerous, and he may suffocate.
Only a year from the 4 operations he endured to give him a face, Novemthree's life is once more in danger. It seems Novemthree must go through it again. The initial tests on Novemthree have shown a rapid regrowth in the tumours, which is threatening his vision and his breathing. As the doctors plan the next step, Novemthree makes his mark on the children's ward.
Ada pas anak yang sakit, dia didorong-dorongnya. Ada lagi anak-anak main, dipanggil dia untuk main sama dia. Ada kuenya dibagi-bagi dia, ada permennya dibagi-bagi sama kawannya. Satu lagi.
Although Novemthree is enjoying his hectic social life, it cannot compensate for what is left behind. A visit to another patient from Indonesia reminds both him and his mother of home.
Makanya foto itu selalu dibawa kemana-mana
But it seems the prospect of returning home is a long way off. The regrowth of the tumours means everything the doctors have accomplished for Novemthree is at risk. For Dr. Chen, there is only one solution: further major surgery.
We have a meeting of our team, and we decide to perform the operation to save his vision and his airway. This operation is very urgent. If he don't receive it, he may not survive in the next few months.
如果是可以的话，我们是 one stage 的一个 operation 是可以，但问题是，如果是 one stage 的一个 operation， 它麻醉的时间是。
It's a hard decision to operate again in only 1 year. We expect that the tumor will grow up slower, but we now have to do that, to do operation.
It is a turning point in Novemthree's treatment. The tumours are more aggressive than anyone had imagined, and if he is to survive, it means a lifetime in and out of theatre.
Perasaan kita kemarin itu sedih dan kesal gitulah, berarti ada rasa putus asa lah, berarti anak saya nggak bisa ditolong lagi gitu.
The surgery is provisionally scheduled for 3 days' time.
目前做的决定可能预定礼拜4会做手术了除非我们礼拜3做团队手术前的聚会有我们团队完会议完以后还要去再跟家属再详细的解释一次他的这个适应症、它的危险性跟我们团队所做的准备等等，我们会跟。
The burden of the decision now falls on Novemthree's parents. Mindo phones home to break the news to Sirhan. But first, a chance for Novemthree to speak to his dad.
Udah makan, Dek? Adik di mana?
Gini, kita itu kalau ada dapat telepon kan, orang pondok kan beritahu ada telepon, gitu kan. Jadi memberitahukan masalah keseluruhan penyakit yang kekurangan pada dia itu, saya itu merasa terpukul kan.
Sirhan and Mindo, able only to communicate in snatched phone calls, have 3 days to decide what is best for their son. To give the go-ahead to the operation is to commit their child to a life of continual and painful treatment far away from home. But refusing it is to put his life on the line.
As a parent of myself, I know that it's very difficult to decide to operate again or not to operate. It's very difficult to decide.
Though the doctors don't yet know what decision Sirhan and Mindo will make, they press on with planning for the operation.
In the first stage, we must secure the airway and the eyeball, so we remove mainly the tumor in the oral cavity and the orbit.
Having further surgery so soon after the last is a daunting prospect for the medical team, as well as Novemthree and his parents. Repeat operations on the same area of the body pose a particular problem.
The surgeons are afraid that this operation will compromise the vessel to the skin, and also due to adhesion from last operations, so they would have some difficulty on this surgery.
Damaging blood vessels would cause Novemthree's skin to die. But the key concern is sustaining his breathing under the anesthetic.
My role is to protect his safety. And the tumor in the oral cavity compressed the airway. My concern is most on the airway management. That would be maybe difficult.
This operation will be the most dangerous operation he has had. It's dangerous because it has the risk to suffocate. But if he doesn't receive the operation, he may suffocate in a few months. His parents had to make difficult decisions, but we will convince them to receive the operation immediately.
News of Novemthree's condition has reached David Liu. He was the charity worker who first discovered Novemthree and is now a firm family friend.
Novemthree!
David has flown to Taiwan to give what support he can to Novemthree and his mother.
Novemthree! 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 Hey!
When Tz'u Chi Hospital decided to bring Novemthree back to Taiwan, I was in Sri Lanka, I suppose this is nothing, only for a checkup, But before a few days, our social worker from the Singapore branch, she called me. This case seems not easy, and the doctor say it's something very dangerous and difficult, That's why I think I have responsibility to come back to see Novemthree, to stay with him.
How's everything? Huh? How are you? Fine? Everything good? How's Shahan?
David realizes the dilemma facing Mindo and Sehan and sees it as his job to help them resolve it.
At this moment, I think the Novemthree's mother and father are also very panicked. And the situation seems more tough, because if he needs to get another surgery, and this surgery will be very dangerous and very difficult than the beginning, So this we have to get agreement or commitment from the parents. Okay, I think this kind of decision also very difficult for the medical team here.
Yeah.
The operation is a day away, but Novemthree's parents are yet to give their final go-ahead.
That's why this evening we will have a meeting to decide whether we do the surgery for the Novemthree again or not.
Baca Pak Mateo.
Mindo borrows a mobile to consult her husband one last time.
Udah makan adik? Hari Kamis jadi operasi. Kamis. Mabereng malana imana kan? 2 hari operasi. Mata nasa bulan jamun agak susah nonahon na abanang turuni. Adik di mana? Hah?
Ya memang itu keputusan yang berat lah. Yang namanya penyakit juga saya hanya bisa mengharapkan kesembuhan. Karena melihat dari keadaan penyakit anak saya ini, saya nggak bisa mengatakan apa lagi itu. Keputusan itu berat untuk sebenarnya saya oke kan, tapi yang namanya penyakit saya relakan lah.
Sekarang kita pun ikut sama Bapak demi untuk Novemthree. Kita nggak operasi pun nanti ya penyakit semakin memburuk. Ya gimana, nanti napasnya terganggu. Apa boleh buat, kita ikutkan aja lah. Serah sama yang kuasa. Kalau masih diizinkan dia panjang umur, kita terima dengan apa adanya.
But at the last minute, anaesthetist Dr. Tumour has a new doubt about the surgery. His concerns about Novemthree's airway, both during the surgery and afterwards, prompt him to a change of plan.
For the operation for the next few years, we plan to perform permanent tracheostomy for the boy. Based on this experience, we now know that the tumor will grow up very quick, so we have to do that to protect his airway from suffocation.
Dr. Tumour's decision will have immense consequences. Cutting a permanent breathing hole or tracheotomy in Novemthree's throat will make this operation and the inevitable subsequent operations less risky for the doctors. But for his parents, it changes everything. They see that Novemthree is now faced not just with an apparently endless series of operations, but also that they will have years of managing the tracheotomy at home, in a village of basic resources. It adds up to a frightening and alien prospect.
Memang sampai umur 18 tahun mungkin ini kita nggak lepas dari operasi sama dia. bakalan masih tumbuh penyakitnya katanya. Itu pun nanti kalau kita bisa operasi, kita harus nanam selang di sininya katanya dulu.
Ibu masih hati-hati ganti dia punya selang. Sama ibu itu ganti selang itu ada bahayanya, jangan boleh sampai ada kuman apa gitu, masih hati-hati.
Berhaknya sama kita dulu untuk nanamnya selang itu, gimana caranya?
Ada susahnya, ibu mesti terima, masih ibu yang tangannya nanti sepanjang jalan dia nanti.
On the eve of the operation, the medical team meets to get the green light. But anxieties about the tracheotomy have thrown everything into doubt.
If Novemthree had a tracheostomy, then he has to bring the tracheostomy home, and they need to care. Their parents have to care the tracheostomy that they can.
现在最重要的是呼吸道的一个建立，而且是比较属于永久性的一个呼吸道的建立。当然这个是要后续的照顾，我们必须变成说，还要加工嘿。呼吸道建立，他这个小孩子有可能吗？他不能讲话，不要说走。会当讲话，会当讲话，那个装一个 speaking bulb 就可以了，所以是配偶还是可以从上面。
A catch has emerged. Novemthree's parents want the operation, but the implications of the tracheotomy seem too daunting. The surgeons, for their part, feel it's unsafe to proceed without it.
Without the pulmonary tracheostomy, we can perform any further operation.
In the prevailing uncertainty, the operation, all ready to go ahead tomorrow morning, is cancelled. Novemthree has been spared the immediate ordeal and the risks of the operation. Mindo, who's been put under enormous strain, is taking her son home. Everyone hopes the next 6 months offer enough time to find a solution which will be possible for both parents and medical team. But for now, Novemthree leaves behind a void in the hospital and a fear in his doctors.
We are very worried if we cannot operate again because we expect the tumor to grow in his oral cavity, which will finally obstruct his airway and cause him to die.
Once again, the doctors must rely on information and photographs emailed from 2,000 miles away.
After he go home, we send our volunteers from Singapore, from Indonesia to visit him regularly to know his situation. If we propose if the situation become very difficult, then we want to send him back to Taiwan and to operate again.
In the weeks after Novemthree's return to Batam, reports and photographs indicated little immediate cause for concern. The doctors at Tz'u Chi Hospital knew that within 6 months he would have to return for the operation. By then, they hoped, Novemthree's parents would have come to terms with the prospect of managing the tracheotomy, the permanent breathing tube in his throat. Two months on, Novemthree still appeared well. But his father sensed something was wrong.
Saya, kalau namun perasaan saya penuh. Kalau seandainya apa yang akan bakal terjadi sama saya itu, saya udah ada gerak jantung bagi saya. Bakalan apa terjadi lah. Singkat kata, besok malamnya ada tetangga kita memberikan, dia makan habis itu. Setengah kue ulang tahun itu dia makan habis. Tiba malamnya, saya ingat itu duduk, dia tidur mulai dari jam 8:30 sampai jam apa, dia tuh tidurnya sudah duduk. Jadi kena saking ngantuknya saya nggak bisa terjaga anak saya tertidur. Nggak mungkin saya gantian dengan orang rumah untuk membanguni supaya kami gantian jaga dia.
Jam 4 pagi dia minta minum. Mak minta air minum, katanya kita kasih. Terus jam 5-nya bangun lagi dia. Saya peluk dia, bawa tidur lagi. Habis itu jam 7 udah nggak ada lagi, kita mau ngasih dia bubur.
Istri saya membanguni saya, anak saya udah meninggal. Tiba-tiba saya ngangkat, lompat, tangkap kaki, langsung peluk badan, kembus mulut dia itu saya embus. Karena saya tahu cuma dari sini jalan, saya embus langsung, saya embus nggak bisa. Ini udah tewas, saya pikir. Saya bilang, udah tewas ini, jerit saya.
Gak ada perasaan apa-apa, kayak mana mau kita bilang. Dia pergi. Nggak teriak-teriak, nggak nangis. Itu Novemthree diberitahukan bahwasannya dia udah meninggal. Rasa-rasanya orang nggak percaya bahwasannya dia meninggal. Tapi udah ditengoknya lentang di situ, baru orang itu percaya. Memang orang banyak ramai mengunjungi dia.
It's hard to express that, yeah. I just feel sad.
Saya nggak bisa mengucapkan sekarang karena kepergian dia itu. Semoga hidupnya bisa, saya agak senang lah, bisa berbagi rasa sama dia, Kak. Kepergian ini kami merasa kesepian sekarang. Banyak memang ucapan-ucapan orang untuk memberikan nasihat kepada saya. Ya, saya nggak bisa mengucapkan apa-apa lah, cuma perasaan saya kayaknya pedih lah kan kepergiannya.
Semalam dia gini, kita mau ke tempat abangnya. Iya, jadi dia bilang, kita mau jemput abangnya, mah. Enggak, abangnya nggak bisa lagi balik sama kita, dia udah jauh. Ya kan rumahnya di sana, kita ambil lagi lah katanya. Dia kan sama Tuhan Yesus, nggak boleh lagi kembali sama kita. Bawa aja lah, mak, adik nggak ada kawan gitu.
Novemthree's doctors gave him the gift of normal life, if only briefly. But he will live far beyond his years as an example to the medical community of what can be achieved against all odds.
I think everything is worthy. After every effort, Novemthree have 1.5 years as an ordinary boy. He can pray with his friends and go back to the community, not just stay at his home. And I think he was very happy at that moment. So I would say it's worthy.
I have learned that nature seems very inconquerable. But I feel very happy in this time. I give him a healthy life and a good quality of life. And very disappointed I couldn't give him more.
Novemthree lived only a very short life, just 6 years and 10 months, but he inspired all who shared it with him.
I stopped to pray when my mother passed a few years ago, and when I see Novemthree, I start to pray again for the boy and also for the other patients. So it's a quite good gift from the boy.
Novemthree itu seorang anak yang bijak, pintar, pendiam. Kalau dia tuh ada sakit, nggak mau memberitahukan kepada orang tuanya baik siapapun. Jadi itu dia tuh diam kemana-mana mau.
Kalau perasaan saya memang nonton CD Novemthree itu, perasaan saya dia itu masih hidup di batin saya.